The fundamental flaw of any Protestant talking about Orthodoxy, or anybody in that matter who's not Orthodox, is this problem. Orthodoxy can never be known by reading books. I think in videos, watching Archbishop Azar or David Witham or even me show a better picture than you can get out of any writings. Even the best writings of Gregory Palamos and St. Ignatius of Antioch. I mean, because Orthodoxy is a living thing, it must be experienced, and experiences can only happen between people. When you hear somebody talk about Orthodoxy, it's very important the way they say it, the words they use, and how they come across. That's why it's better than watching 1,000 videos if you visit an Orthodox church, and as the service goes on, and you, in some magnitude, participate in it. Even if you are not making the sign of the cross, at least stand at the gospel. Be respectful. And if you can, go to all the services during Holy Week. You'll probably have to take off of work, but it'll be for the better. It'll be a better vacation for you than if you went to Cancun. And you'll feel that same warmth. It's kind of funny. Usually, when you enter into Orthodox churches, they're very cold when we're doing the hours at matins, and then as they fill up, they get warm and warm because of the people there. It's kind of cool. But Orthodoxy must be experienced, which is the flip side of Protestantism, where you can read your salvation in a book and then make an emotional or intellectual assent to God. Whereas the physical is very important in Orthodoxy. We worship our God in body and in spirit. God came into flesh, which I think many Protestants, although they claim to believe, really don't accept the full magnitude of that. And that's because the Bible didn't really deal with that. The Bible was an account written by Christians for Christians. They weren't evangelical works. Orthodoxy is something that must be experienced. It can't be learned about. It can be learned about, I guess, but you can never understand it unless you participate in it. And I think that goes for most things. But we see it's kind of funny, we see a true sense of Protestantism on paper than with people, because people are so fallible. With Orthodoxy, there's something that's still maintained there, because it's not up to humans to decide what to do or what not to do. We simply repeat the tradition that has been handed down to us. Why do we wave the cloth over the chalice? Well, because there's a theology built up around it about the Spirit of God moving over the elements. But how did it start? They were moving it up and down to keep the flies away in the temple in Constantinople, the first one, Hagia Sophia, or the main one, I should say. And people say, oh, you shouldn't do that anyway. No. It's not up to us. For the reason that, to shoo the flies away. Well, but that's what put in there. Now it's a part of us. Now we can look at it in a more mystical light. Protestants, that's something that's foreign to them. They would say, oh, superstition. But when you actually have a living tradition, you want to carry it down with all its faults. It's like taking the Bible and say, I don't like King David, I'm going to take King David out of the Bible because I don't like it. Well, then those after me are that much deprived of it. That's why the preservation of orthodoxy is so important, the preservation of tradition. To know that you are practicing the same thing that was going on 1,000 years ago or 1,500 years ago. And it's very powerful to know that you, at that same time with thousands of other people, are praying the exact same prayers. And that's a power that Islam has, but it's not a power that Rome to the minimalist degree, but never the Protestants. At one point it was with Protestants with the Church of England, but no longer. The beauty of Orthodoxy, it's a living being. She, her, our mother church. The church is not it, it's she. Peace to all of you.